Have you ever found yourself replaying an argument in your head hours after it happened? Or felt your heart race and your face get hot when someone cuts you off in traffic? Maybe you've snapped at a loved one and immediately regretted it. We've all been there. Anger can hijack our emotions, ruin our day, and damage our most important relationships. But what if I told you that getting angry is actually a choice? What if you could remain calm and collected even when faced with the most frustrating people and situations? It's not about suppressing your emotions or letting people walk all over you. It's about developing an unshakable inner peace that no external force can disturb. Today, I'm going to share powerful techniques that will transform how you respond to irritating people and frustrating situations. These aren't just theories. These are practical methods used by the world's most composed individuals, from successful negotiators to spiritual masters. Master these approaches, and you'll never again surrender your peace of mind to someone who doesn't deserve that power. First, let's understand what's really happening when you get angry. Most people believe that others make them angry. Your coworker sends a passive-aggressive email, and you think, "She made me so mad." But here's the truth. No one can make you feel anything without your permission. Between every event and your response lies a crucial space, a moment where you choose how to react. Most people miss this space because they've developed automatic reactions. The good news? You can expand this space and completely change how you respond to life's provocations. When something triggers you, your body releases stress chemicals that physically last only about 90 seconds. If you're still angry after that, you're choosing to keep the emotion alive by thinking about it. David, a customer service representative who dealt with angry customers daily, started counting to 90 whenever a customer yelled at him. "I used to get defensive and argumentative," he explains. "Now, I just breathe and count. By the time I reach 90, my body has calmed down, and I can respond rather than react." Try this. Next time someone irritates you, silently start counting to 90 while taking slow breaths. Don't speak until you finish counting. You'll be amazed at how different you feel when you reach 90. Most anger comes from the stories we tell ourselves about other people's actions, not the actions themselves. Maria was furious when her friend canceled dinner plans at the last minute for the third time. "She clearly doesn't value our friendship," Maria thought. Before reacting, Maria asked herself, "Is it true that she doesn't value our friendship? Can I absolutely know that's true?" Upon reflection, Maria realized she couldn't know her friend's true intentions or circumstances. When someone bothers you, ask yourself, is my interpretation absolutely true? How would I feel if I didn't believe this thought? What might be another explanation for their behavior? This simple questioning process diffuses anger by revealing that our interpretations are often just assumptions, not facts. Expectations are premeditated resentments. When you expect people to behave a certain way and they don't, disappointment and anger follow. James used to get irritated daily by his chronically late colleague. "One day, I decided to flip my expectation," he says. "I simply started expecting him to be late and planned accordingly. Suddenly, I wasn't angry anymore. When he was occasionally on time, it was a pleasant surprise rather than my baseline expectation." Try expecting people to be exactly as they have always been. If someone is consistently rude, expect rudeness. This doesn't mean you condone the behavior. It just means you're not surprised or emotionally derailed by it. It's hard to stay angry at someone when you truly understand their perspective. Most people behave badly because they're suffering in some way. Lisa was constantly frustrated with her teenage son's attitude until she started imagining what it must feel like to be him. Navigating social pressures, hormonal changes, and identity formation. "Once I saw the world through his eyes, my frustration turned to compassion," she explains. "Our relationship completely transformed." When someone frustrates you, ask yourself, what might be happening in their life that would explain this behavior? Maybe they're facing challenges you know nothing about. Sometimes the wisest response is to temporarily remove yourself from a triggering situation. Michael, who used to have heated arguments with his spouse, developed a simple phrase: "I need to take a pause so I can respond better." He would then take a short walk around the block before continuing the conversation. "This isn't avoiding the issue," he clarifies. "It's making sure I bring my best self to resolving it." Create your own pause phrase and practice using it before you reach your boiling point. A timely pause can prevent words and actions you might regret later. When something bothers you, Imagine viewing the situation from progressively greater distances. From across the room, from above the building, from space, from 5 years in the future. Sarah, a project manager, used this technique when a client criticized her work harshly. I zoomed out and asked myself if this would matter in 5 years. Of course it wouldn't. This realization immediately lowered the temperature of my emotions. Most things that anger us seem insignificant when viewed from a broader perspective. Practice zooming out when small annoyances threaten your peace. Taking 100% responsibility for your emotional responses is ultimately liberating. It means no one has control over how you feel except you. Robert, once known for his quick temper, transformed after adopting this mindset. I stopped blaming others for making me angry and started saying I'm choosing to feel angry about this. That simple shift put me back in control, he explains. Now I choose differently. When you catch yourself thinking someone is making you feel a certain way, rephrase it. I'm allowing this person's behavior to influence my emotional state. This small language change reminds you of your power to choose your response. Refusing to get angry doesn't mean becoming a doormat. You can set boundaries, speak truth, and take action without the emotional turmoil of anger. In fact, you'll be more effective when you respond from a place of calm clarity rather than emotional reactivity. The real power comes when you realize that people and situations don't determine your emotional state. You do. And that realization is the doorway to unshakable inner peace. Start with just one of these techniques today. Practice it consistently for a week, then add another. Within a month, you'll notice fewer angry outbursts, less stress, and more harmonious relationships. Remember, the person who angers you controls you. By mastering your responses, you reclaim that control and discover a freedom that no external circumstance can take away. What situation will you approach differently today?